Hi, Sandy Fowler here again with this week's Simple Strategy, and we are going to talk about stress. That has really been on my plate this week, personally and professionally, other people who are coming to me personally and professionally. And I had the reminder that one of the things that I do in my coaching when I work with people is actually teach them how to use stress to reduce stress, to actually embrace it. And we tend to think of stress as this horrible, awful thing that we want to run away from, we want to avoid it, we got to go stop. And not that we want a bunch of stress in our life, but instead of freaking out when we realize that something is causing us stress, what I like to do is say, look at it as just this big neon sign, blinking at you and pointing to the area of your life that needs a little attention. It might need some cleaning out. It might need some time and attention. But it's that idea that when stress shows up, it's just pointing out where the problems are. So if you're stressed every morning when you look at your to-do list, that is oftentimes an indication that you just have too much on your plate. So what happens is, as you go through your day, you keep having to make these choices about what is going to get done and what's not going to get done. And it's very stressful, sorry, but it's very stressful having to keep deciding as you go through your day. I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I'm going to push this off. So when you look at the to-do list each day, if that is what's causing you stress, go, okay, let's take an honest look at my life and see if I'm just plain old trying to do more than what I have time to do, which to some degree is true for everybody. But knowing that means you can do something about it. I'm not saying that's easy, but you can do something about it. I help women fix it all the time. So you can fix that. If you get stressed every time you see that you've gotten a text message or a phone call from a certain person, look at your relationship, look at what's going on with them in your life, and ask yourself, why is this stressing you out? What is it about this person or this relationship that's a problem? Is it you? Do you need to draw boundaries? Do you need to stop doing something? Do you need to do something? Is there something that you've been meaning to do for them, and that stress is really just guilt because you've been meaning to do something and you're not doing it? Take a look at it and go, okay, every time this person shows up, I get stressed out. Why is that? And then when you come up with the why is that, you can keep asking yourself that question. What you want to do is dig around and find the root cause of that. I worked with someone where their situation was that they were unhappy with the relationship, the type of relationship they had with someone in their life. They thought it should be like this. I'm looking at the camera and it's got me messed up. When actually it was like this. And so once they took an honest look at it and said, oh, this is what my relationship with them actually is, then they were able to go, am I okay with that and accept it and be comfortable with that? Or they can say, no, I'm not okay with that and I'm going to change that. And here's what I'm going to do to change it. But, every time that person would contact them and say, hey, let's do this, or let's make plans for that, or when do you want to get together for Christmas? They would get all stressed out about it. Well, the root cause of it was their feelings about the relationship with that person. So then looking at that and either accepting the relationship or making the changes they wanted solved the stress. So whatever is going on, whatever is happening in your life, take a few minutes, and when you feel stressed, why is that? The most common complaint I get from parents, and especially busy moms, is that they just have too much to do. But we'll talk about that on a different Thursday. Other than, let me say that you can do something about that. It's tough choices and it's not necessarily super easy, but start at least looking at it and identifying what the root cause is, because that's the first step to reducing the stress in your life.